Hello children, today is the 21st of June and in math we will begin with lesson 1 geometrical figures. In geometrical figures, the first subtopic we will be learning about is angles, and we will be learning about angles in two parts. Before we begin our lesson, let us say a short prayer thanking God for showering blessings on us and keeping us all safe and well. So let us say together, thank you for your love each day. We feel it in our work and play. Lead us with your guiding light to help each other do what's right. Amen. Children, looking at these pictures, we can see many angles. Have you ever noticed how angles are formed? We see angles everywhere. In the first picture, we can see angles between the ground and the slide. In the second picture, we can see how the ladder makes an angle with the ground. In the third picture, we see angles between the tree trunk and its branches. And looking at the fourth picture, we can see that there is an angle between the electric pole and the ground. So children, remember, in our surroundings, wherever we see two lines meeting, there is an angle. Angles are a part of our daily life. In all these objects too, we can see angles. When we look at the ice cream cone, we can see an angle. We can also see how an angle is formed between the two fingers, the weighing scale, the laptop, and even in the hands of the clock. We can see angles everywhere. Children, do you know how angles are formed? We have learnt about lines, and they are also called rays. So angles are formed when two rays or lines meet at a common point. The joining point or the meeting point of the two rays is called the vertex. The two rays are called the arms of the angle. So children, in the first image, you can see a ray or a line, and in the second image, you can see that when the two rays or lines join together, an angle is formed, and the meeting point is called the vertex. Now children, angles are measured in degrees. Instead of writing the word degrees, we put a small circle after the number at the top as shown in the figure. So we read the number as 90 degrees. Angles are measured using a protractor. Children, this is a protractor, and we get the exact measure of an angle using a protractor. It starts from 0 degrees and finishes at 180 degrees. This is the center point, and the vertex has to be placed at this center point when measuring angles. When we place our protractor on the angle, we get the exact measure. For example, if the angle is 90 degrees, less than 90 degrees, or even more than 90 degrees. We will be learning about the types of angles, which are the right angle, the acute angle, the obtuse angle, and the straight angle. What is a right angle? An angle whose measure is exactly 90 degrees is called a right angle. This is what a right angle looks like. In these pictures, we can see many right angles. Children, can you see any right angles? Yes, there is a slice of pizza which forms a right angle. Then there is an angle between the tree and the ground which is also a right angle. We can see right angles in the legs of the table. You can find right angles in squares and rectangles and also in objects all around you. What is an acute angle? An acute angle is an angle whose measure is less than 90 degrees. So children, look at the image carefully. We learnt that when an angle measures 90 degrees, it is a right angle. And then when it is less than 90 degrees, that means from 89 to 1 degree, then it is known as an acute angle. In these pictures, we can see a few examples of acute angles. The ice cream cone, the blades of the scissors, the pizza, and also the hands of the clock. So we know that an angle that measures less than a right angle is an acute angle. Now children, using your arm, we will make the two types of angles we have learnt today. Look at the first picture and bend your arm at the elbow, forming a right angle. Now bend it towards your face and form an acute angle. I hope you have understood these two types of angles well. We will continue with the topic in our part 2 of the lesson. Let us review what we have learnt in today's lesson. We learnt how angles are formed when two rays come together at a common point, and that common point is called the vertex. We also learnt that angles are measured in degrees. We learnt the use of a protractor to measure angles, and we learnt the types of angles. We will learn more about angles in our next lesson. Children, for your activity, you will follow the instructions and complete your work as shown in the image attached. If you have a new notebook, you can start writing in it. If not, you can wait till you get your books and then write. You will remember to write the date in the margin and the topic in a double line. You will then write what is an angle. You will draw and write about it. You will then write types of angles and you will draw and write both the angles. Remember to leave lines, draw the angles with a pencil and write neatly with a pen and underline with a blue color pencil. Here are some instructions to follow when doing your activity. Write the date in the margin and the topic in a double line. Write how angles are formed and types of angles. Draw with a pencil, write neatly with a blue pen and underline with a blue color pencil. Leave lines as shown in the image attached. Thank you children and have a nice day.